So I see a lot of the negativity setting in. I see people talking about, oh, ADA price is never going to move. We're going to be stuck here forever. And there's big signs that are taking place that frankly, people aren't paying attention to. And this is something that historically leads to big movements in price. I'm Luxide. Welcome to the channel. If you guys are new or haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. Hit that bell again. It's free to do. It'll keep you updated anytime there's new content live here on the channel. So specifically what I'm referring to is whales. Whale accumulation, believe it or not, is a very good thing, especially ones that plan on being in assets long term. And when we talk about something like ADA, whales have actually done a very good job of defending price. And in fact, we've actually seen a very large surge in the amount of big investors, those holding between 100 million to 10 billion ADA. And they've actually increased by 30% over the month of September. Now, what I will say is that there's not a huge amount of these holders, all right? So those holding between 100 million to 1 billion ADA, there's only 13 addresses, so it's a very small amount. Granted, if you think about how much ADA it takes to be in that range, okay, and we saw a, 30% increase, you're talking about 400 million ADA at minimum accumulated by these entities. So this is a very interesting theme that's been taking place. Now, as far as overall holder distribution, we've seen a bit of a shuffle. All right. There's some retail has been accumulating. Some whales are selling. So for example, those between 100,000 to 1 million ADA saw a modest 0.34% increase over the last 30 days. Those holding between 10 million to 100 million saw a decrease of 0.3%. So down about 10 addresses. So there's kind of this, there's ebbs and flows in the holders right now. Some people have wavering confidence. Some people have a little bit more resilience, and they're more focused on the long term, and they're accumulating. And what I have to say is that this distribution from the hands of the patient, or I'm sorry, from the hands of the inpatient to the hands of the patient is exactly what you need to start taking more levels. That's why when we look at what ADA price did over the course of September, it was a green month. It's because you saw more long-term holders buying and accumulating and planning on holding for the long term, right? Yeah, of course, long-term holders buying for the long term. Go figure, right? Now, obviously, we've dealt with some consolidation over the last few days. We've obviously dealt with negativity in the market, and unfortunately, this has pushed ADA price down. Some people have sold. It is what it is, right? But again, yesterday was another day where you're seeing a lot of resilience from large holders. In fact, when we look at what we had from a net flow perspective yesterday from large holders, 67 million ADA added. So they're on the buy right now. They're taking advantage of these dips. So while people are stuck bickering and complaining about price and saying price isn't going to go anywhere, I had somebody try to bet me that price will be basically at these levels a year from now. And that's just absolute lunacy. And obviously there's no guarantees. Nobody knows what's going to happen, but we're talking about being basically in the latter part of the market cycle, basically being at when around the top should be, frankly. All right. But they're adding right now while we're in this big dip. All right. Large entities have been adding assets throughout the space while we've been in this big dip. I talked about it in terms of Shiba Inu. We're talking about it in terms of ADA. We've talked about it in terms of BTC. The trend is consistent. The smart money adds when the market is down. Retail tends to complain when the market's down. This is why I don't complain. Frankly, I look at these as big opportunities to continue adding to our bags. Okay. Every time there is an opportunity flash in these charts, for example, I'm accumulating. Look at buy zone opportunity flashed just yesterday in terms of ADA. Buy zone opportunity on the 4 hour as well on Tuesday. I mean, there's tons of great opportunities to just continue to build our bag, because the number one thing that I see at the height of the bull market cycle is people complaining that they don't have enough. Oh, I wish I bought more when it was cheaper. Oh, I could have made a 10x or a 20x or 50x or whatever it may be. And that's where, unfortunately, people get very short-sighted in. They forget the trajectory of where this market could be heading. They forget what is following here. Mass adoption, enterprise adoption, government adoption, big things that will, in fact, push the market higher. I appreciate you guys as always. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts below. Do you think this whale trend is going to continue? Do you think this is going to turn around into a much bigger move in the market up? Have a great day. Show your love below. Catch you guys in the next one. Take care.